around the world in 80 days. That's not nearly fast enough for my next guest, who just ran 7 different marathons on 7 different continents in just 7 days. That's more than 180 miles in a single week. I don't even like to drive that far. This is Belmont native Becca Pizzi's 2nd world marathon. First time anyone has ever run this race twice. She still holds the record for fastest woman's time after running the 2016 world marathon in just 27 hours and 26 minutes. This year she finished the race in 28 hours and 23 minutes, just 2 days ago. Becca Pizzi joins me. Congratulations yet again. You know, Becca, when you were here after the first time, I said to you, why'd you do this wonderful but masochistic thing? And I listened to it today. You said you wanted to show your 8-year-old daughter that you can do anything you set your mind to. I thought it was actually beautiful. Why'd you do it a second time? I get it the first time.
Yeah, the second time, I'm such a huge fan of the race director, Richard Donovan, and I love his events. They're the ultimate test of endurance and strength. And as soon as I heard that the locations had changed, I was on board and really psyched to...
And you're just going to keep doing this?
This is probably, I'm probably retiring from this event.
So, by the way, here's your trophy. Antarctica, Cape Town in Africa, Perth, Australia, Dubai in Asia, Lisbon, Portugal, Europe, Cartagena in Colombia, South America, Miami, you finished in North America. How different was this? These are different locations. Well, let's start with Antarctica. That's what everybody wants to know about. What is it like running a marathon in Antarctica? What are the conditions?
It's cold. It was
Okay.
first of all, we were last time we were at Union Glacier. This time we were at Novo, and it was cold. The sun is blinding. The wind is fierce, and you just fight through Antarctica and take one continent at a time from that point on.
How cold is cold?
It was about 20 degrees.
And with wind chill, what are we talking?
Wind chill was in the negatives.
And so, what was the hottest place you ran in?
Cartagena, Colombia.
And how hot was that?
It was about 89 degrees with 90% humidity.
So what does that do to your body within just a number of days? Not only are you competing at this furious level, but you're doing it under wildly different conditions. Does that have any effect on your self or no?
Yeah, the temperature change is tough. We cross 16 time zones, and that's always exhausting. But the temperature change is tiring, and fatigue sets in.
Speaking of fatigue, you just finished. Are you not exhausted?
I'm running on adrenaline right now.
Oh, my God. So I think when you ran the first time, you told me there were 15 contestants.
Yes.
Is that right? What's it up to now?
50, and race director of the Boston Marathon was
Dave
one of
McGilvray.
the
That's great.
best. Yeah.
Is there a common thread when you meet these people? Is there a thing that is the same in each of you? I know you're all from different places, but is there a common thread through all of you?
We're crazy.
No, I'm serious. Well, that I think is a given. You don't need to say that. And by the way, these are your medals from each of the legs.
Yeah, so.
But is there something? What is the thing that drives all 50-some of you?
The test of endurance and strength. That we just love to set the bar high.
And how do you train? I mean, what's your typical thing? First of all, do you train at TB12 from what I understand that we've all been reading about?
I linked up with Tom Brady's TB12 company, and they were played such a huge role in this. And we worked on pliability and foam rolling. They have a vibrating foam roller that I brought with me.
No nightshades, you know, really? I'll let you know. Avocado ice cream or no?
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, you're an ice cream. You run an ice cream joint. What's the name of that place again?
Moosey's Ice Cream in Belmont.
Okay, Belmont. So, but what's typical preparation when you have to do something like this? Where I assume the pain is pretty intense. Yes? Physical pain, yes?
The pain. And with TB12, I worked on some pliability, and I did deep tissue massages, and I only found out that I was doing this about 2 months ago, but I'm coming off 10 marathons this year. So 2 years ago, I was feeling really fast. This year, I was feeling really fit. So I did break the world record, which I'm really proud of.
I can't believe how calm you are and normal you appear, in the best sense of the word. How much does this thing cost?
It was $40,000.
And who pays for this thing?
So I was ambassador as the race director's ambassador. So.
So, and this is it for this, right? There's no more. There's no third time here.
Probably not, but maybe.
You know, I read an interview with you. I think it was after the first one because you just came back in the second one, and you said one of the things that drew you beyond this desire to show your kid and yourself that you could do anything you set your mind and your heart to was, you know, beautiful spots, great vacation. I'm assuming you run, you get on a plane, and you sleep, and then you run, get on a plane, and sleep. You don't see anything, do you, or do you?
We see about 12 hours of each location. So at all times, it's fly, eat, sleep, run, repeat.
Can average people do? I told you last night, I ran 2 marathons when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I loved every single minute of it, but I know I couldn't do it. I just know I couldn't do this. Yeah. Do you believe that almost anybody can do this if they as you say, put your heart and your mind into this thing?
You know, and I do a lot of motivational talks, and I say, dream big, take chances, and believe in yourself, and find your World Marathon Challenge. Find what it is that you're passionate about. And if you believe that you can do it, you can do it.
Have you done the 50-state thing? Last time you told me that was your next goal.
That's my current goal. So
how many have you done?
33 states.
What are some of the states you haven't done yet?
None of the Northwest.
But you're going to do it?
I'd like to finish this year.
The part of your story I like the most is your kid, actually. And your kid and much of the rest of your family greeted you at the finish line in Miami, right? Did she run with you the final?
She ran the last 100 yards with me, and that was my biggest inspiration to get to the finish line. Her running in me into the finish line is something I will never forget.
What does it mean to your kid that her mother does this?
She's so proud of me. She's my #1 fan, and she believes in me. And her motto to me is, Mom, finish strong. And when I saw her in the last 100 yards to run through the finish line, and we threw our hands up, and it was the greatest day of my life.
Becca, congratulations. It's really fabulous. We're really proud of you, and
Thank
we're
you.
glad to have you as a neighbor.
Thanks for having me.
Becca Pizzi, thank you so much. Look at that. It's unbelievable.